It's 2 p.m. on a Tuesday. You're lying on your bed, scrolling through reels you don't even like, while a mountain of work sits 3 feet away on your desk. You feel it, that heavy, sinking dread. This is what we call the doomer era. You aren't just putting things off, you're sedating yourself with short-term pleasure because you're terrified of the person you've become. For most of us, procrastination isn't a quirk, it's a lifestyle. You live in a constant state of internal conflict. You're on your phone, but you're not relaxing. You're just a ball of anxiety escaping from the feeling of escaping. But what if I told you that the reason you feel like giving up isn't because you lack willpower? It's because your brain is currently rigged to fail. Today, we're going to flip the switch. We're going to master the art of building unshakable discipline, even when you're currently stuck at zero. To build discipline, you have to understand the negotiation. You essentially have two sides to your brain. You have the primal side, responsible for emotion and survival, and the logical side, your prefrontal cortex, which handles moral judgment and long-term goals. The mistake most people make is being an iron-fisted slave driver to their primal brain. When you try to force yourself to work 12 hours a day after weeks of binging Netflix, your primal brain lashes out. It refuses to cooperate. Unshakable discipline starts with compassionate guidance. You need to stop viewing yourself as a degenerate, because when you believe you're a degenerate, you act like one. Instead, we're going to treat your failures as data. If you failed yesterday, that's just information on how to adjust the negotiation today. Most people wait for inspiration to strike before they take action. This is a lie. Inspiration and motivation are not the starting points. They are the results of action. This is the do something principle. If you have no motivation to write a 4,000-word essay, don't try to write the essay. Just commit to 1 minute of writing. Once you start, the inspiration usually follows. To get the ball rolling, we use the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, just do it. Picking up the 3 mugs on your desk won't change your life, but it changes your momentum. It releases serotonin and endocannabinoids, pleasant brain chemicals that make productivity feel constructive rather than just a dopamine hit from your phone. When you're in a rut, even vaguely productive is a massive upgrade from zero. Here is a secret about hard work. The first 15 minutes are always the worst. I call this the 15-minute suffer window. Whether it's doing taxes, coding, or writing an email, the start is brutal. But if you can make it past those 15 minutes, you enter a flow state. Set a timer. Tell yourself you only have to suffer for 15 minutes. Usually, once the timer goes off, you won't want to stop. But what if you're paralyzed by perfectionism? Then you need to do the garbage version. Write a shitty essay. Make a terrible video. Botch the conversation. Writing a garbage essay is infinitely better than writing no essay. When you put the bar on the floor, everything becomes a win. You have to be willing to be bad before you can be good. You cannot build unshakable discipline if you are nerfing yourself through your lifestyle. If you're running on 5 hours of sleep and blasting your brain with blue light for 45 minutes the second you wake up, you're fighting a losing battle. Think of your health as a Venn diagram of sleep, diet, and exercise. You don't have to be perfect at all 3, but you cannot drop below the threshold for sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours. Give yourself a sleep opportunity window. Be in bed 45 minutes before you want to be asleep. And if you find yourself compulsively checking TikTok or Reddit, try an anti-to-do list. Write down exactly how you plan to goof off. Which subreddits will you visit? For how long? By making your procrastination a conscious, planned activity, you move back into the driver's seat of your brain. Finally, when you feel like giving up, zoom out. Use the Sims view. Imagine your life is a game, and you are just a character you're controlling. From this perspective, it's easy to see which habits are upgrading your skills and which are leading to nothing. When we're in our bodies, we get lost in the sauce of our emotions and excuses. Zooming out simplifies the choice. You are aiming for the final stage of self-improvement, the realist. In this stage, you stop sprinting away from your flaws. You realize we're all a bit degenerate. You don't go to the gym because you hate your body. You go because you prefer the feeling of being someone who goes. Unshakable discipline isn't about never failing. It's about having a positive vision and realizing that every step in that direction feels better than the alternative. You have the control. Now, go do the garbage version of whatever you've been avoiding. Start the 15-minute timer. I'm Level Up America. If this helped you find your momentum, hit like and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one.